We're gonna mine approximately 30,000 pounds of lead, and we're doing this in about 3 days. But you know what? You're cleaning and maintaining the world's largest indoor double-deck shooting range, which is known as Parma Armory Shooting Center. There's over 100,000 pounds of rubber. If you wanna know the real number it costs to maintain this range twice a year, I would budget at least. How much does it cost to clean the world's largest indoor double-deck shooting range? Well, you're here at Parma Armory Shooting Center Gun Safety Training Institute, and you're on the second floor. So wait till you see the view here. You have to come check this out. You have to see what lane are we in here. Oh, of course this one's broke. We had somebody just break this. This never fails. We just happened to shoot this video and this thing's broke. You know what? Problems of the gun range are never ending. Cleaning is one of them. So we are on the world's largest double-deck shooting range and looking out, because I'm gonna take you downstairs where we are cleaning the world's largest indoor double-deck gun range to give you a real brief look. There is 100,000 pounds of rubber back here, all being taken down, being blown up, being processed. There is so much going on here, so much to know. How much lead is really buried in here. I could definitely talk a little bit more about all this stuff too. So what I wanna do is get you off the second floor. I wanna work you down and out here, because we are gonna walk our way down to the world's largest indoor double-deck shooting range main floor here, and it's called Parma Armory Shooting Center. So let me get you guys through here. Let's work our way down. We got so many things that we're always doing. Look, we talk about things always being done. We're actually cutting a service door out of here right now to maintenance these pieces of equipment. We just did it over here. We're gonna do it there. There are just so many things to do and change, and I really had no idea when I first built the range. So these are the things you learn and get to experience and do when you have the range and you're kind of just the only person with the largest indoor double-deck gun range. You don't know these things. So let's go downstairs. Now you're gonna take us through the 21 gun salute, which is over here. Again, you have your waiver station. Everybody's got to sign waivers in order to go out onto the range. And of course, you got some bathrooms to clean the lead off your hands after shooting. But right here beyond this door is the 21 gun salute range. And before, you got about 10,000 shells on the ground here with epoxy over it. This is the wow factor, because you got about a 8x8 room here that cost about $10,000 just to put down a special floor. But look, it's been a wow factor. It's been a conversation piece. You got all of it right here. So what I want to do is bring you through here. Oh, I got to hold open. There's 20 doors to get around this place because we're trying to always block out the noise. Again, we have the ventilation on here. So Josh, actually, can you turn that back on so we could see it? That's what we want to see. We'll see the air moving. We're going to walk over here and get an idea of what all happens over here. First thing we did was take out the shelves so we could drive our equipment through here. So what you'll see here is some of the machinery we move over 100,000 pounds of rubber with, which is a dingo. We have a second dingo. We have a rake that actually pulls down the material. And what I want to do is actually take you over here, because there is so much to see and do. But we talked about this. There's over 100,000 pounds of rubber and the lead. And we talked about how much lead is here. Actually, did you know we're gonna mine approximately 30,000 pounds of lead off the range twice a year? So we got nearly 60,000 pounds-ish, give or take, because it's not exact. You get a little more, a little less, but that's when we know we need a cleaning. So there's some equipment to go over here, so sorry about that. But look at this. This is what I want to show you. You got to see this when we're talking about digging into the rubber. This is the kind of stuff you see, and you could kind of see, look at this. You see the dust, the rubber fines, full bullets, jackets, rubber, small pieces of rubber, but look at this, it's all in here. So that's all right there. So that's really what we're trying to clean. You could see all those bullets spilling out and everything. You can see how the whole back of the range is shot up, but that's a steel plate. It's supposed to be shot. That's fine. And like all of this, we're gonna clean this up and paint it. So it's gonna look brand new when we're done here. We're gonna paint the floor. We're gonna do all these things. But look at this big piece of equipment. Just this big rake is used on this piece of machinery to move all this rubber around. again, we'll probably move about 130,000 pounds of material off and put about 100,000 pounds of rubber back. So it's quite a bit. Again, I was trying to figure out if I could just dig right into somewhere right here and give you an idea, but I don't know if I'm gonna have any luck. But look, just about a foot into the rubber. If I can get it to stop falling a little bit. Oh, here it is. You hit it. Check this out. This is what I'm talking about. If you can get a close up right here, you'll see what I'm talking about. This is the stuff. Oh my God, you wouldn't believe this, but my shovel probably weighs, I know I'm really strong, but yeah, nothing, I'm just joking. This shovel probably weighs 25, 30 pounds. And it's all the fines and all the rubber and all the lead of everything. But look at that. That's what I'm talking about we have to clean, that ranges around the country don't take seriously. We gotta clean that out, but it's crazy, it's all in here. And again, this is only 6 months, but look at all this. I mean, you have everything from a full bullet to fragmented bullet to jackets to, I mean, anything. And this is why it has to get cleaned. The range is dangerous if you don't. You know, this is the thing, the bullets are supposed to go in approximately 2 feet or less. And when there's stuff like this, it impedes it from going through. So you gotta clean it, you gotta get the bullets to move through it all. And part of what you see is the cleaning process. And we will bag up all this and recycle it. So we talked about range maintenance though. How much does it cost to clean this range? It's not only a 3-day process and the range is shut down, there's more to it. You gotta have the service come in here. You gotta change the filters. And afterwards, you have to clean everything off. You have to paint the floor. So there's a lot more than meets the eye just to make a range cleaning happen. And I'll tell you what, if you wanna know the real number it costs to maintain this range twice a year, I would budget at least $20,000. You'll pay about $15,000 for the service, but we budgeted another $5,000 just to change out filters, clean, and paint. So if that gives you an idea here, I know a lot of people won't tell you that, but I'm giving you the nuts and bolts of owning the range, maintaining the range, and what it takes. So you gotta pay for the service, you gotta ship the stuff out. The good part is, you do get some lead credit too. So we ship out lead, depending on if we make 50 cents a pound, maybe you make 30 cents a pound. We've made as much as 70 cents a pound. However, that stuff is the money that takes to replace the filters for the next changing. So we constantly are changing filters because we're running, this is fresh air, every 66 seconds. So we use a lot of filters. And the bank of filters, if you had to guess, maybe you'll leave it in the comments, but I'm also gonna sneak and tell you as well, but for fun we can guess. How many filters do you think there are in a range ventilation system? We have 3 banks. We have a cardboard, a bag, and a HEPA. And you may say, and maybe question me on, that there are actually 96 filters in this system, not to mention all the ones that are up front as well in the makeup air system. So imagine changing 96 filters when they're needed. So that's not every time, every month or anything. It all depends on how much shooting there goes on. But then the range cleaning, and then you do get credited for some of your lead. But budget $20,000 twice a year, maybe more for filters as well. So that's where I get a total number of about $30,000 for every 6 months, because I credit $20,000 to the cleaning and $10,000 towards filter and disposal. So you gotta forget, or people may not realize, you have to hazardously throw the filters away. So not only do you lose money in buying filters, you gotta pay $1,000 a cubic yard to throw away, which is as much as this bag right here. Well, that's a little smaller than a cubic yard, but it gets you an idea of like throwing this bag of filters away, which a range cleaning and filters could be more than that bag, is more than $1,000. So quite a bit going on here. You know what, I'm gonna put a glove on only because we're gonna dive into some lead and I'm gonna show you a little bit about this. Again, we have the ventilation on, I'll show you back there. So PPE, I know, that's why I'm putting the glove on, because I'm gonna touch it. But I wanna show you 2 things. One, the range fines. So when the fines drop, this is the fines. Oh my God, this is very heavy too, but you can kind of see. This is the fines that we're cleaning out. Lots of little pieces of lead and rubber. This is what we need to get rid of. But literally, this is like a couple pounds. So this stuff is very, very heavy and it's gotta go. They're gonna get pushed up into that bag. Then we're gonna get a cleaner product. Now you gotta come over here. Check this clean rubber, or this is the clean lead. Check this out. This barrel will weigh thousands of pounds when we're done. The typical 55-gallon drum weighs about 2,400 pounds. I bet you this will exceed 3,000 pounds. But look at this. This is what we're pulling out. Clean lead. Clean. I'm talking clean. You can see it actually coming up the conveyor belt right here. I know the system isn't on, but look at the clean lead coming up. That's what will come up and come up into the bag. But you gotta see what, look at this. There's nearly 3,000 pounds of lead in here right now. I don't have the scale on, but it would give you an idea. Look, you can see full bullets and partial because they got hit. You know, there's fragments and whatnot, but this is pure lead, no rubber, premium dollar to scrap to help us offset the cost of cleaning a range. So this is the fun part. Let's review. We're taking down 130,000 pounds of material. We're pushing 100,000 pounds of rubber back and hopefully scrapping about 30,000 pounds of lead. And we're doing this in about 3 days. But you know what? You're cleaning and maintaining the world's largest indoor double-deck shooting range, which is known as Parma Armory Shooting Center. Gun Safety Training Institute. Sorry, I'm just trying to be careful and not clothesline myself on the electrical to run this thing. But one last piece of the puzzle I'm gonna show you is right over here. It's another bag of lead that we've collected. So we're on bag number 2. And again, these are exceeding 3,000 pound bags, but this gives you an idea of what it is. Like, check this out. Again, look, you got a blue bullet in there, you got fragments, you got full bullets, you got all this stuff. So it gives you an idea of what all this stuff looks like, what it is, and what we're doing every day. That's just one. We got more to come. You can also see that the ventilation is flying. You could feel the air from, you know, floor to wall, side to side, and you could see the air moving the tape because every 66 seconds, this place is getting completely fresh air. Non-recycled, clean air on the world's largest range. This is the good part. I want you to drop in a question in the comments for anything you may have had on this video. Of course, maybe add a like or subscribe to our channel because we have lots of fun making videos, spreading the word, sharing ideas, and I help other ranges. I've referred lots of ranges to this cleaning company. I've consulted others, I've helped. So if you have a question as a range owner and you're watching this video, reach out to me. You know, I could definitely, leave it in the comments. I'll find you. If not, call up the Parma Armory Shooting Center and we will help. I've helped lots of ranges. We want a clean, safe environment for all ranges around the country and people to enjoy the shooting range. The system down here, the technical part, is all the same as upstairs. You have 11 lanes down, 10 lanes up, and you know what? You gotta come see this for yourself. We get world travelers, we get local people, and you gotta remember, Paris has the Eiffel Tower, but Parma has Parma Armory Shooting Center, the world's largest indoor double-deck shooting range, Gun Safety Training Institute. More to come. Leave a comment or a question and we'll make more great videos for you.